sure that's on. All right, everybody. Good evening. What is going on? Hope you guys had a wonderful Tuesday. You guys are going to give me just a minute here. We're going to go ahead and get started. As you guys know, we're going to go with the news. We're going to look at tomorrow's data, and we're going to recap a little bit today as well. But excited to hear any feedback from yesterday. Obviously, I hope you guys had a great day as far as trading or swinging is concerned. So, all right. All right. What's up, Market Dumpy? Need a diaper change? Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say I called it, but let's see. There we go. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, without further ado, oops. Go ahead and get that stream running. All right, let's mirror that camera. Perfect. All right. One second. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and let's get to it. So if you guys are just joining us, hope you guys had a wonderful Tuesday afternoon. But let's recap. So we're gonna take a look at our friend Spy here. So man, man, we had one hell of a day as far as it comes, or as far as it goes to the downside. This is the biggest and worst day that the market has seen since May, dropping down from our close on yesterday at 413.78 and closing today at 393. So absolutely plummeting off of the reaction from CPI. And of course, let's see, we saw the S&P down 4.32%, the NASDAQ down 5.16 per. Oh shit, what the that just did to my computer. Oops. Okay, there we go. Whoa. There's a little bit of charts coming in there. So again, QQQ, we saw it down 5.16%. The Russell's 3.91%. The Dow Jones down 3.94%. So here's a quick breakdown on what's going on. So on the positive side, energy prices were down roughly 5% in August, adding to the 4.6% decline, driving that was a decline in energy commodities, while energy services like electricity and utility gas services rose in August. Used car and truck prices also fell by 0.1%. But that is where the good news ends. So as for the negatives, food inflation dropped month over month marginally, but is still up 11.4% year over year. Additionally, new vehicle prices were still up 10% year over year, re-accelerated after 2 months of declines. So another big factor here, which accelerated in August, shelter rose from 0.7%, transportation rose from 0.5%, the medical care services rose 0.8% month over month, although this shouldn't be a big surprise because the labor market remains extremely tight, keeping upward pressure on wages as to perform services. You need labor. The increased areas drove core CPI, which excludes food and energy, up 0.6% month over month, back to 6.3% year over year, is now back to the highest level since March, breaking its fourth month deceleration trend and any hope of the Fed to pivot. So today's sell-off hit everything, the stocks from Bitcoin to gold, from stocks to Bitcoin to gold, with the only safe haven being the US dollar. Despite the Fed's tough language, it appears some market participants were still betting on a dovish Fed pivot. We'll see how that goes. So, anyway, yeah, we had a really great day. If you guys are on TikTok, if you guys will do me one favor, please tap your screen. Helps the algorithm. So I'm going to skip out on Starbucks earnings. Just not really. If you guys want to go find that out, you guys can take a look at the article. couple of minor headlines here. So, in economic news, the Biden administration is considering refilling the Strategic Petroleum Reserve with prices around $80, which could set a floor on crude. Um, Alkera Therapeutics rallied 137%. Actually, talked about that one this morning. Rent the Runway shares also went up 40%, and that's about it. We did see Neo, despite the market. If you guys held on to Neo, those contracts that we took on earnings were 300%. So hopefully you guys may have taken profit there. So do I think we dip more? I'm going to get into that here in just a second. We're on YouTube at the moment, so if you guys are on YouTube, hit the like button below this video. Again, helps the image I'm seeing on YouTube is blurry. It might just be my droid. I'm bag holding so much, I'm sick. Hello, brother. Man, I swinging into CPI, man, is rough, tough business. So, um, yeah, I'm live on YouTube right now. Tomorrow, bull or bear? Man, these I'm running out of answers here. So I'm gonna, and this isn't gonna reach enough people, but if you're at the place where you're asking somebody bull or bear, it's time to tighten up the reins and possibly like because I can't and I can't give you that. Nobody can. And if anybody changes your bias dramatically because of their sentiment, and you can regard the pros, you can, but the pros are wrong too. So if I give you a bullish or bearish, but what I can give you is a short-term price prediction as to where we possibly could open and what would happen if we did. And then levels that would need to be broken in order for the mechanics behind the trade to play out. And that's just as simple as I can put it. So I know it's not the answer that's wanted, but it's the answer that's needed because I'd rather you guys ask me the questions on why I feel a certain way, say in the morning, like what is your sentiment, this morning, last night. I've said it. I'm bearish. I think that we pull back. I'm not calling for a market dump, but this is definitely the start of could accelerate into something like that. So, but anyway, that's all. I don't want to harp on anybody too much. I get it. It's a weird feeling not knowing what's going on in the market and seeing stocks fall as far as they did. But I promise you that I don't make money by my bias. I make money by my sense of reality and being able to keep touch with that, stay in touch with that. So, all right. So let's go. I should have held Netflix puts, though. I did say that I was going to hold those, and we're actually going to recap on that trade here in just a second. Oh God. Yes. So here's the deal, right? I may have a prediction. Okay, let me elaborate on this a little bit further. I may have a prediction, right? I've said it again, and I'll say it right now. I think that Netflix, if we fall down into this floor, my price target for Netflix is possibly around $200.05, 205, right? That's pretty close. The contracts that we have running are up 90%, right? I did catch the top on on Netflix. And that's fucking great because now I have so much room and so much expiration to play with that I really don't need to stress out about what happens or the direction in between, except for where it can reverse, right? There's two levels on Netflix, which is 219.50 and 220. We see huge floor there. We see a little floor above that. That's 221.25. And then above that, right, we get candles close here at 223 and then a ceiling right above us, right? That's going to be at 224.20. So there's quadrants, right, in Netflix here where I can determine, right, by day trading and watching these hourly candle closes on what my concerns should be. right? So right now, as long as we stay in this box, we're at and near support. So but anyway, let's really quickly before we do anything else, this is why we were prepared on Monday for Tuesday, right? Because we were preparing for data, which should drive volatility. But it's not over yet. PPI month over month, core PPI month over month coming in at 8:30 again tomorrow. This is either salt in the wound or this is ointment. That's such a cool word. Ointment, oink. Sounds like a pig. Oint. It's ointment. I think I'm saying it wrong now. But we could see a gap up off of this data, right? But here's what I'm going to give you guys as far as where things, and I'll go ahead and start digging into my watch list for tomorrow, which, yes, is definitely going to include Netflix. Okay. So, right off the bat, for Netflix, here's the zone in which I believe that we must stay in order to maintain our downtrend, right? And while I do this, I want to recap. Coins are a joke. Yeah, dude. I don't do any. Yeah, I'm not saying anything about crypto, guys. I don't address crypto. I am off limits. Nope. I don't even chart it. And that's just for my own mental well-being. So anyway, let's kind of clean this up really quickly, and we'll put this stuff back up. But I want to really quickly recap on why I took Netflix, and then we'll go ahead and we will take request after I get done with this. So if you guys are on YouTube, you guys can $ ticker, and I will take those requests in chronological order, one at a time. Only one, please. If you guys are on TikTok, same thing. It's literally right now. Uh, that was yet another comment, Potter. That was to another comment. Oh, no, I was just reading your comment. You're fine. Um, so again, on YouTube, the link is in the bio, Simple Stacks Investments. I'm live there. All right. So let's get rid of this yesterday. Okay, or excuse me, Sunday. I proclaimed my affinity for Netflix short, right? I said that I am absolutely willing to short this, and this is not off of just some technical analysis. This is off just straight up math. So let's zoom in here, TikTok. See how far I can get you. All right. So we'll get rid of our moving averages because we don't need them right now. And we're going to focus right now just on trend. Okay. So, one thing that I spot immediately on Sunday when I'm looking at Netflix is this, right? I see this bottom trend line and I'm like, okay, well, where the hell is the top, right? Because there is no top. Whenever you pull off, if you do pull off the top and you pull to your nearest low, that ends up being a wedge. That's definitely was a play, did give you the 50% retracement, but nothing else. So, that being said, right, that's no good, right? I could run it here. That's no good. No good, no good, right? Here it does show, right? And this is how funny market makers are. They're going to show a breakout, right? And that's what you see. You see a bunch of accumulation, they drive the price down, and then they run it up. And then in after hours, you see a tight fluctuation. And then, excuse me, on Friday, you see a really tight oscillation here, basically holding the stock down from completing or from going any further than just filling the gap above it. So trend was incorrect, right? I couldn't really find the right trend. But what I can do is I can rely on, and this is a parallel channel if you guys are looking over here. What I can do is rely again on math. So moving up from here, right? You guys can already see this. So this is going to mathematically, right, basically give me that area, that edge. So here you guys can see this is a standard deviation channel. And this wick, okay, that wick right there is everything. That is a high that I'm sorry, but when you are at a swing high, like so, that is an area in which I would accurately place, especially with that high wick right there. That's where I would go ahead and place some type of mathematical trend, right? So not just based on, and also this is workable on regular hours. So if you're trading and you don't have, regular hours, obviously, this thing kind of is goofy, but this same trend works on regular hours with the same type of price action. Do you guys see right here? Now this is a correction, but we do get solid bounces across here. Do you guys notice that this? So let's really observe price action here. So right there, wick, high, low, right? Our near our lower high, right? This is our nearest lower high. So it only makes sense. Look where we open. We open up underneath the standard deviation channel. So my target is 213.50, depending on, it could be a little bit lower, it could be 213, but that's my target. So tomorrow, right, as I'm watching Netflix, the goal is to simply stay under the standard deviation channel. That is it. If you can hold underneath that standard deviation channel, even retest it, right? Now, that's not what we don't want to take it that far, but, and there's going to be areas like here, right? And this is the beautiful thing is see this little zone right here? This is going to be that day trading zone that we like to watch. And this is where it built that flag, right? So we'll divide that and look for a retest off of this bottom. So boing, right? And you can already see on Netflix, right? Netflix is already showing that it does have a little bit of a downtrend here. Okay, I don't really see, again, I don't see support, but I do see that if we closed at support, right? This is 1, 2. So we could see, again, a pop, we could see a gap up, or we could see and break this channel and just completely gap down. And then that would just break. This is a lower time frame channel, so it doesn't really matter. I profited 1K shorting SOL. It's part of me wants to hold through tomorrow's reports. Ooh. Well, best of luck, my friends. If you guys have any requests on TikTok, please hit the link in my bio. There is literally only, in fact, all I have is PDD, SoFi, Agrex, and that's it. There's, or yeah, Netflix. There's all. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I'm on top chat. Okay, yeah. So just hit the link in my bio. There's 170 of you in here. If you want your ticker charted, it's early. I will absolutely answer whatever questions you have, but please just help me help you. Going Tom Cruise. I'm not ignoring what's on TikTok. I'm reading. I can see, right? I'm watching. I got two phones, one for the talk and one for the trap. But where do I Discord is where you find that, but if you're brand new, we're not just doing alerts, right? We're teaching. I do this live, and I did it live today. And we're focused on the educational part of it. We're trying to teach you how to fish if day trading is your funk. Well, we've got swing traders, day traders, et cetera, et cetera. So, but anyway, please drop the request in the YouTube channel. It does require you to subscribe. We'll go there. But just if should unsubscribe if you wish, but if you just will drop the request there. Anyway, so Netflix tomorrow, guys. Again, I'm Gucci. I'm gonna hold the contracts that I have. We're totally kosher on those. I've got a solid, right? So there's a couple of key levels above us that we're gonna watch, and that's gonna be here at 219.50. That's that floor right above or below us, and then we're gonna keep our eyes peeled right at 220. So that's going to be two levels that either if we gap down, I'd like to see a wick, and then a candle close underneath that on the 15-minute time frame, and we'll go ahead and live trading on the Discord is for only paid members. Yes. The railroad strike could cause problems, but oh shit. Oh, here we go. This is a warning here. My phone is at 10%. I've had to use both of my phones all day today. So, all right. I see some of you guys piling in. Only one, please. Only send one. It's blurry right now. Really? Hold on. Let me see what I could do. Oh, I may have just crashed my computer. Hold on. I got you guys. My Epic Games launcher is running. Get rid of Benzinga. Is it still blurry? All right. So anyway, let's keep it moving, guys. Luna classes is up 15%. So is somebody's blood pressure right now. So I'm not gonna go bet. I didn't make any sense. Whatever. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're gonna move from there. Meta. Oh, sweet. Ooh, dude, I'm so gassed up right now. I can't even look at this chart for long. I don't. I'm gonna look at it with one eye open. I can't do it. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Um, it's the best. I'm absolutely enthralled. But I'm gonna quit gloating. So here's the deal. New yearly lows on motherfucking Meta. New yearly lows. And so basically what I'm gonna be looking for, guys, is if we continue to the downtrend, and we got some fat gaps ahead of us or above us, right? We got big gaps. So I've done a little bit of experimenting. Actually haven't quite finished that experiment quite yet, but I'm watching right now because I think, and I'm not, again, not 100% sure. I'm going to go and take another look really quickly. It looked like, it looks like Meta was setting up with a channel, right? Now, this is a channel to possibly lead you into your downtrend. Now, I'm not going to stand by this channel quite yet. And if anything, I could bring it down, or excuse me, I could leave it there and go to that lower time frame and see if there's any respect there. I don't like the bottom trend, so hold on one second. So what you can do is turn on the magnet so that way it sticks a little bit better. Okay, so that's definitely a little bit better setup right there. Okay, so here's the deal. The few things that I do like about Meta's standard deviation, and it could do with a little bit more adjustment. Right here, do you guys see this weird slack line trend, and then you double bottom in? That is right where that standard deviation is. We do get a wick right here. I wish you were such a stubborn bastard, for example's sake. Okay, so right here, so I see a low down to possibly 145, and you did get an after hours retest, or a nice retest of 155.45. If you guys go and look here, lower time frame, we've got a little retest right there. Oh, that's really weird. Am I tripping? Oh, I'm tripping. I'm sorry. We did not get a retest. We got a doji. Okay, so here's the deal. We either got a move up above 50% tomorrow, 50%, which is going to be 154.50, right? So that's usually what I go for. Regardless, I do think that Meta possibly could just give us a solid gap down. This is a ridiculous dumpy, and to try and reshort it is kind of madness, right? We're going to hold what we got. We have 140 puts already. I still have one of the 145 puts that I took yesterday. I think one of them was up like 298% or something crazy like that. But I am, if we are going to continue to the downside, and this is going to be my main point here, if we do continue to move to the downside, we are liable to retest this 155 or even higher, right? We could even go and retest 156 or 157.77, which that would be kind of the ceiling for me. Anywhere above that, you could even go for another trend retest, right? So you could actually go and move back into that 160 area just to go fill that gap. And tomorrow's data, right, could be, and I'm the only reason that I'm saying this, the only reason that I'm saying this is because I want you guys, we had a lot of people like holding on to, trying to, because we tried to bounce it a few times, holding those 140 puts on Meta, holding through, right, or holding in hopes that it was just going to bounce a little bit lower. The selling pressure was really, really strong. That selling pressure could carry over into tomorrow if data exacerbates it. But if it doesn't, and we see any type of alleviation, depending on that data, I could see Meta doing a little bit of a dance here in this little pocket right here. So we'll have to let something right now. There is nothing high probability about Meta. So that's one of my main points here is there's nothing high probability about the setup on Meta right now. It looks like a fucking worm. Excuse my language. Um, do Nvidia just joined futures struggling to stay above 393. Get a plug. Um, how much we make today, a little under 3K. But that's not including the positions I haven't TP'd on. Unless you guys can't tell, this guy's know what he's talking about. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yes. Okay, so we can talk about it at the end of the live. We can talk about how to hold and set yourself up. If you guys go to the YouTube, especially, and just drop a like there for me. I tell you what, if we can get 30 likes on YouTube, I'll probably stay and I'll break down how I leave runners on my trades. If you guys are interested in that. So, okay. So, I will teach you guys how I hold as long as I do and how I mean, I'm still holding Netflix, right? This is Netflix. I shorted here. It ripped up on me. I held, I think I was down 15, 20%. Uh, Kind of fluctuated at the end of the day. CPI, so feeling like a yo, why is YouTube blurry? Make sure you're viewing in 1080p. It's fine on my YouTube. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Let me go. Is someone stealing my Wi-Fi? What is going on? Sorry. Dude, I might have to show you guys the fit right now. My fit is like just just crazy right now. Look at this. Yeah, I got the fucking Nike flower. I got Air. Look, kids on drugs, or not, are staying off of drugs. Kids staying off of drugs. Kids on drugs. Should say that on TikTok. Right. I'm on YouTube on an iPhone. That's crazy. I'm in your iPhone. All right. So, anyway, Meta, we got to be patient. We got to set alerts tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, guys, I might be live. I should be live on TikTok earlier than usual. And if you guys, if you guys are live with me tomorrow, um, we need to set up our trade, right? We need to set up the day's levels, set alerts. So if you guys are in the Discord, especially, I will be live there first. So if you guys are really about your business here and you're really trying to, make strides in trading, if you're learning, then and you're in the Discord, you guys should be on there in the morning. I know there's some time constraints and you guys have lives, but if you can make time, I'm willing to answer your questions. I mean, it's basically like a one-on-one. So, um, uh, drugs are for kids. Okay, no, okay. Let's go to Tesla. So Tesla held up. And we got a wacky bunch of setups right here. So we're gonna go ahead and clear that off. All right. So Tesla. Sorry. We had a trend. We broke that trend. We actually tapped that trend in pre-market this morning. It was pretty interesting to see. Um, I didn't try and call any bets on what that top trend was, right? But it looked like it was coming from here. So we had a nice little channel to the upside for Tesla. That channel broke pretty badly. So what I want to do, right, is this is how I make my life easy. And I've explained this. I'm going to explain it here as well. Okay. When you see higher time frame candles, right? When you see higher time frame candles close at a specific price, right? Or reject at a specific price, that is where the price is controlled. And when you break that point of control, that is when you see a release of either buyers or sellers, right? Depending on where you're at. So looking at what I just set up, right? That's Tesla's range for tomorrow, right? You break out of it, you can go and target your new low. Is there a gap below Tesla? Absolutely. Does it have a 200-day EMA sitting right at that gap at 289.20? 100%. So it's probably going to be kind of a not that fun. If you gap down, you don't gap down heavy, you gap down to that 288, then you're probably going to get a gap fill. If a candle closes back up in the zone, bullishly, holding the floor, now the ceiling, if you break up, that's going to give you a push back up more than likely. Of course, we got our median here at 293.50 and then the top floor at 295.50. You guys notice how those are all psychological numbers? It makes a lot of sense, right? So we go to the 15, right? And we can see that we get rejections right here. This is why, right? These are really, really weak candles. So it's really, really important after a monumental move. And we talked about this. Unless you're scalping and doing some bounce trades, it is not a great idea to you should probably let a candle on a higher time frame close to show you where price is controlled. And when a candle, listen, this is the literal key to my trading. When a candle opens up, and this goes for any other time frame, when a candle opens up and either a retest um, or just straight up breaks up, when a candle closes above that floor, that point of control is now unreleased. It is mechanically obligated to at least give you some sort of pop, right? That doesn't mean that shorts can't settle back into some type of trade, but at the end of the day, and I did show you guys, those of you in the Discord, I posted this chart a couple of times. This is a channel here, so to be more specific on where Tesla could land, this is, again, that little channel that I have on Tesla. So I fall here and I would probably be looking for a trend line tap. So how do we go? How do we measure where the hell that's going to be, right? How do I do that, right? We're going to cover that really quickly. So the gap on Meta, right, is right here. And we'll go ahead and give it just the wicks, right? So that's going to be 291 down to the 289 20, I think it is. Yeah, 289.73. 289.73, right? So that's a gap. We also know on the hourly, we have that 200-day moving average sitting right below that at 289.25. So I would give it this little zone, right? That little zone is more than likely A, where Tesla gaps down to, or B, where we push down to before we end up seeing any sort of bounce. But if we want to go ahead and make sure that we can verify whether there's any levels that we should be watching for, right? We can go to the hourly and we can set, and I'm going to go ahead and start taking requests here right after this. So if you guys are being patient on YouTube, remember that you can always go back and rewatch this later on tonight. And I will take these requests as far as I can go. So 287, right? Take a look at that. Do you guys see where that line kind of intersects? So we can go into the 15-minute, make sure that's nice and mathematical there. Looks good to me. There it is. That's a wick out. So 287.62 is what I'm calling for, right? Now you open up with a gap above you. We have an opening gap trade, and where's my target? 292. Where are my runners? Right? I can either A, wait for a candle to close back below that level, right? So this actually is really great. So if we open up there, I'd like to see some weak candle bounces at the bottom. I'd like to take a contract that expires 2 weeks out. I'd like to add weeklies, probably right into the push of 289.15. If we ended up seeing a rejection of 50% of that at 288.50, candle close, right? Candle close. Then I would end up probably exiting that trade. I'm just giving you a quick plan here. If we break above 289, I might hotkey into another 10 and then go ahead and take that gap to 291.50 and then take profit and let those other longer expiration contracts do the rest of the work. I might leave a weekly. but that would be the next target would be the 50% mark on Tesla, right? So anytime we have these zones, usually a standard rule of thumb, this is math, right? We're not focused on how we feel, we're focused on the math. So 50% of that would be 293.32, right? We got a 50-day moving average creeping down, and on the 15-minute, the 200 is settled at 295.50. So we have a couple of different possibilities here, and just because this is a channel down doesn't mean that we reverse out of that channel, but it does mean that the price is under control. Please go check it out, man, if you want to see they're helping people break out. What are you talking about? Join Rain FX Traders. Rain FX. Well, you guys just got yourself a well-deserved roast. So keep an eye out since we want to advertise to people that are learning for free. We're gonna go ahead and that's added content. So we got you right here, buddy. And don't worry, I got multiple profiles. So if you block me, we'll find it. Gang gang. All right, so uh hey, Brandon Mack, my guy, my G, my friend, please do not spam any chat at all. I look at it as like a little kid. I'm not saying you are, but when I hear that, oh fuck, we are seeing a little bit of lag. I don't know what just happened. But please, do I have spots for the weekly trial? You got to try and find out. I don't have time to look right now, but I'll check after hours. All right, so that's it. You guys got the meta set up. Uh, should I expect to see a climb? I'm not looking for a climb quite yet. How about you guys join us tomorrow morning live, and we'll we'll break next then. So, can I have a loan? That's never really turned out. Today I went for what I was feeling. Sorry, and lost $50. That's right. We don't do feelings. We do facts. All right. So first request that we got, and let's go ahead and get to it. I'm going to move through these as quickly but as thoroughly as I can. We got PDD. We're going to start on the daily as per usual. Ooh, we're not getting down. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. You done it again. All right, so check this out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So what we have here is a perfect, 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 perfect zone. And where did we finish? Right at that 50% mark. My God. So 267.95. That is currently where you're sitting at. There are quadrants, right? Because there's four. Excuse me. Right here, 75% mark. That is 75% mark. 200-day moving average, 66.11. So you can be certain that if PDD loses 65.85, you will go down to support for the third time, and that could possibly set you up for a, I wouldn't say a double top, but I have to go to the 4 hour here to see what that is. Yeah, it's pretty double toppy. So yeah, and you got a 50-day moving average here at 66.30. So what I would conclude from just looking at this chart right here is that you possibly could see a bounce at that mark, right? So you've got 66.25. Do you see these? So pay attention, right? This is the 4 hour. So if it's not the hourly, it's the 4 hour, and we see candles closing at one mark, that means we've got a heavy point of control, which is why you see that moving average there at 66, right? Any face ripping bear rallies you think will come in the next? Not. I can snap see clearly now how you trade. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna keep explaining this way. So here we go, right? Here we go. So we got candles closing 66.27. We've got a little tiny floor underneath that where we see some candles closing just underneath, right? So watch out for a little bounce. So this zone, right? We know it's never a price mark. Sometimes it is, but it's always a zone, which is why we're in a zone, auto zone. So 65.95, I'd like to see a pullback, and I'd like to see a candle close minimum the hourly time frame. And if you can break this top, right? So if you're shorting, right? This is how if I took a short out on PDD, which I don't know what you're in, this is how I would factor that. Okay. So first of all, there's a floor underneath you, That is 69.40, 69.50. All right. So that's going to be one of those marks above you. So that would definitely be, if you had shorted today at any time, that would definitely be an area that if you closed above, you could be in danger of some sort of reversal back up to your resistance. Um, I do see a technical pattern here that I'm gonna show you guys once I'm done with this chart. How much money do you make on an average day? So I usually, if you guys have any questions that you really feel are really important or imperative, they're not like the chart request. So if you have them, put them on YouTube. I really want to answer them, but I only see this is all. This is all I see. Oh shit, that's not what I see. That's all I see. So disorienting. Little magic there for you guys. Anyway. So little optical illusion there for you. So right under here, 67. And again, we can chop these up into zones. Below you, watch for a gap down to 67, 67, candle close above the median, 68. You're probably going to retest that 69.43. If you drop down to the bottom here, I would expect for a retest of 67. If you move above 67. So this is literally how I would do this using those hourly candles because you are in range. That's number one. Okay, you're in range. Now let's now that we got the setup of where we're at, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you the technical trend that is currently in, ooh, maybe not in play, maybe out of play as of today. That's a spicy meatball. Be careful because they'll rip it right back up in their face. But it does appear that PDD has possibly broken support. So here's the last bit of information that I would throw out, right? When I'm looking for a retest level and I want to confirm a trend line, it's got to have a confluence. There it is. So that top, right? And this is currently the zone that you're within, right? So if we want to zoom in, because the zones that I use aren't just usable on a higher time frame, but on lower time frames. So here we see sellers, here we see, or excuse me, here we see sellers, here we see buyers. We know we have a 50% mark, probably, let's see, 67.50, 67.50. So again, right there, 67.50 underneath 66.25. So right there, either A, gap down, retest, right? If you break that retest level, any candle close above there, then watch for some downside. So trading power hour is not good, that good, and it's, you know what, that's you want to find an amateur trader or somebody who's posing, have them tell you that I'm not saying that it's not the most volume, but it's not always the best trading. um in fact, a lot of good traders will wait 30 minutes before oh, yo, thanks for the donation on oh, Manny gave me, Manny, I'm gonna, Potter, why are you hella cute? I mean, good at trading. Hey, bro, chill. Hey, art by Mr. Chris, man. I'm glad to see you here, dude. I'm glad to see you here. We'll get to those requests here in just a second. So that's PDD. What I'm going to do here for you, if you just asked about PDD, is I'm going to give you, I'm going to take this chart, and it's going to make me look like an absolute fool on whatever fucking twit or whatever the fuck it's called. Excuse my language, but I'll go ahead and leave this out and or tweet this out. Excuse me. So if you want that chart, you can check it out there. So if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, do it. The link is in my bio. Should I join the YouTube live? Yes. If you have any questions and I'm not ignoring you guys, I've got ADHD, so I'm good at focusing at multiple different things, well, for short periods of time. And I'm trying to read, yeah, I'm trying to read you guys's comments, but the link in the bio, Simple Stacks Investment, that's just going to be the best place to converse with me in any capacity. So, oof, bro, Jesus Christ. Ouch. Okay, so we got PDD. That one's tweeted out. Sofi. What's up? Hello. Oops, I put OFI. Oh shit. This man is overwhelming. Zach, am I overwhelming you? Are you falling in love? Overwhelmed? Oh, damn. Now, um, I'm not overwhelmed. I just am trying to give everybody, the reality of things right now. I've been a hard time keeping up with everybody. I already have this charted, so cool. Apparently I was right about a couple of trades on that. That is a big old daily bear flag, my friend. Look at that 4 hour bear flag. You had a pretty un underwhelming reversal out of this. In fact, you dropped right back down to your trend. So it's going to be pretty important. A lot of the times, what do we do when we have channels? What do they do? They turn into, oh my gosh, they turn into channels, or excuse me, wedges turn into channels and frustrate the dog shit out of traders. So welcome to your SoFi channel. If you make a new yearly low, I would use this, and I don't think there is a confluence. Maybe there is, yeah. 481 could be your new target here on SoFi if you don't bounce. So it's pretty important. 653 was is where I'd be watching for SoFi to give a reversal. I have done Tesla. But if you guys are on TikTok right now, please tap your screen. I'm trying to get you to your guys' request. I see the next ones that I have are AGRX, Spy, Roblox, uh, SOXL, and XLC are going to be the next ones that I do. So let's go ahead and take a look at that one. I guess I'll tweet this out for whoever's watching SoFi. I am here now, Potter. Dude, you're everywhere, bro. You need to calm down. Tap your screen a lot. Use your gamer thumb and just like lose your shit on there. By the way, trading with manners right there. If you guys, that's my partner. If you guys ever hear him talking, that is his TikTok page right there in the chat. Trading with manners. He curses more than I do, though. It's kind of funny. This was a reset for sure. Did I tweet that out? I don't remember. Anyway, all right. So let's do spy. So I already have SPY pretty well tracked out. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to refresh my chart a little bit and mark these levels out that are of importance to me. Beautiful. All right. So welcome to hell. Most of these candles close right at 390.65, right? We got most of those candles closing there. We can see that is a level excuse me, across the board, right? A level of rejection, level where we retest and bounce. So the level below us, candle close, right? None of these candles close below that level. They do wick down, trapping those bears. And look what happens when you trap bears. That's a short covering. And then right when everybody uncovers their shorts, because we can't let any side get too much money, right? Now we have quad witching. So SPY might make a new home in this little box. But here's the deal. If SPY drops down, I don't see it moving past 385 immediately or any time. Like, I just don't see that happening immediately. I don't also, I can't, yeah, I don't see a gap fill immediately either. But I could expect, or I don't expect a gap fill immediately, but I could anticipate a possible gap down. And I don't know what futures are at right now, so let's take a look. And this is on data, right? On Seuf. Hold on, before I do that, I just want to go look. This is all my past charting, and it just like all puts it up there. Wow, look at that megaphone. Stupid fake out. The only bottom trend that I have is right here on SPY, which ugh. Anyway, so I just wanted to check on futures right now. Looks like futures are just sitting in range and sitting on top of that floor. Um, the futures falling anymore? No. So just making a bear flag here and kind of a bear flag here in after hours. So anyway, let's focus on this one. So for SPY, right? Lower time frame. I'll go ahead and give you these levels that I'm going to be watching. So when I chart, guys, I'm giving you guys or telling you guys exactly what my strategy is. That's the way that I chart, right? That's how I identify and trade and set up different targets, et cetera, et cetera. So right here, right, it does look like we got a candle close. And if you guys pay attention to this level right here, this is 294 or 394. All right, we get a lot of headwind right here. Look at this pop. I think in day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times they allow that to hit. You guys see right here on SPY. Look, see that level right there? Candle closing. Most all of these getting pulled back up above. And it's actually just right there. So that's 393.97, 394. And then we see a ton of pushback, right? And that's actually where you accumulate and hold each one of these 15-minute candles before squeezing and using this fuel to move to the upside, right? So same deal, same difference, or same price action is if you move above there, right? It doesn't matter where it's at. If you move back above there and you've already tried to retest it, you see the retest and right there at the end of the day. So on that retest, if you go, it's a retest for a reason. They're retesting buyers. Hey, you guys want to buy here? Hey, anybody want to buy? It's like an auction, right? I use that metaphor a lot. Anybody wants to buy, we can identify how many people want to buy using volume. And then we can identify whether they're willing to hold what they got or if sellers are unexhausted or excuse me, exhausted enough for us to hold that bottom. That on a technical basis, right, is going to push into some derps stop losses, right? We're going to word it that way. So we also see there is a little tiny level right there that is 395, 395.10. So right there, right, a candle close in this little pocket would definitely be beneficial for any sort of bounce. Now, a gap down on data, which is what we have to keep in mind, is going to be have SPY either A down to 390, excuse me, we tap 391 here and you can see that floor. At a new low, which I would say is 390.60, or this actual 380, 390 flat. So we could see a gap down off of that and just hit the dumpo. So lots of fear, lots of fear. And right when that fear, again, I want you guys to remember, we have not broken range on SPY. We have not. And so until the range is broken, we're still in a downtrend, but still getting our asses handed. The market's getting their asses handed to them. Kramer said the bottom is in. Oh yeah, then I think we might still fall. Dude, I think that guy like took the queen out, man. Straight up. He just like hours before she passed away was like, yeah, it's yeah, the queen will live through this, and then that was it. I really hope that I'm scared that he's said my name. Like I've talked to Jim Cramer, and that scares me. What do I think? Why do you think that Netflix is going up? When did I ever say that, my guy? I don't remember ever saying that. Yeah, inverse Kramer, straight up. Okay, so let's keep moving. We got SPY, we got our levels here. We know where it could possibly reverse. We know where it could retest. If, if, look at it. Look at it. See that? Do you see that candle open right there? Our candle open on SPY? Do you see how the candle closes underneath that level and then we continue to fall? the candle also bounces off of that level that we talk about, 390, and it gives it a little bit further down, but 398, right? So we have those levels. They're showing themselves. We don't have to do any guesswork right now. We just have to read and react. So I would shorten this up and say that above 396.10, we're liable to possibly, and that's candle close bullishly, we're liable to do some retesting. That's not saying that we're going to gap fill. We'll read and react. But if it got above 402, yeah, you're probably going to do that. So, listen, if you spam the chat, I'm going to be very sad. No, I'm gonna not. We're not gonna do that. So I'm stuck in Amazon. How much more do you think it will drop? Are you in weeklies? Oh my God, am I getting roses right now? Dude, I don't get a lot of. That's so nice. Thank you guys. I just close my eyes and I imagine throwing people throwing real roses at me. Some of the thorns hit me in the eyes. That's me. Do you imagine? Do you throw dethorned roses or just regular roses? Would it be inappropriate to throw a whole rose bush? All right, so the next one we got is Roblox. I just was talking shit about the fact that I shorted right in Nancy's face. It was amazing. So let's go to the daily. Let's go see what garbage dump this. Holy shit. Oh my God, buyers did not. Oh my God, you guys see the divergence right here? Ooh, that's not saying anything until it does something, but oh my God. So, can anybody here on TikTok or YouTube give me this pattern here? What do we got? What do we got? Let me get some analysis here from you guys. What is that? Not a cup and handle. Nope. Inverse head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, either one, doesn't matter. Yes, inverted head and shoulders, very good. So, nice job. Who said that? Who's the first one who said that? Where you at? It was Ricky Jennings. I'm gonna follow you back, Ricky. Unless you got some weird twerking videos on your page, and I will not. Hold on 1 second. There you go. I know that's kind of conceited to be like that's a gift, but I'm gonna follow you back. Now we're friends. All right, so take a look. This is definitive of a inverse head and shoulders. Today, where you should have seen and hit the dumpy, you didn't really hit the dumpy. That's number one. You did close with a bear flag, and you do have a lot of candles closing at, oh, that's a level across the board. That is 43.45, right? So granted, it could still see a gap fill to the downside. So that's kind of what I'd be looking at. And we're gonna have to look at extended hours here because I really need to see what we got going on. So it looks like you did have a bottom up to the top. Looks like that trend was broken. You have a possibility to retest that trend. It's entirely possible. That would be around 45, yeah, give or take. You could end up retesting $46 and still stay under that trend. If you drop any further, there's a couple levels below you, right? We see a little bit of resistance here, just a little bit. That's 42.63. You should flush through that easy. But we do see a 200-day moving average at $42. But we're not going to find levels by just looking near us. We need to go and look at recent price action, and we can get an idea of what would happen if we fell. Take a look at that. Do you guys see this right here? This is amazing. We love this. Look at that. That is 42.63, the levels that I just gave you, right? The bottom here is $41, and it looks like you stretch out to 40. Here you end up, so this is hilarious, right? Because this is market makers at play. They set the floor, they sink the floor, short them, or get those shorts out, and then they dump it. That's pretty cute. Do I hedge pressure into account? Do I take hedge pressure into account? Yes. What's blue hat? Blue hat means cap. Nah, I'm a fire performer. All right, nice. Could I angle the phone a little bit more to the right? I guess that's your right. Is that what you want? You like that? Oh, sorry. All right, so let's go right here. Take it out. Check it out. Take it out. What the fuck? So let's spot right there. You bounce 2 times off of 43.25. I see a little bit of price action, some candle closes there, some wicks up there. So all that being said, we need to know where you reverse. Where would Meta, or excuse me, fuck, I got a problem. Where would Netflix or fuck Roblox? God damn it, my brain. Um, where would that likely reverse, right? So we need to establish where are sellers and where are buyers. Here, I found them. Look, 44.35. They close that price down. You got a fat wick right up here, and they push off of 45.22. So that is where you see that downwards pressure where they won't allow buyers. Do you guys see the candle closes? Do you see the bounces right there? Right? You see that weaker price action, candle close, wick, candle close. Finally, you get a pop. They squeeze them out. You see that? So, same thing. Candle close above 45, 44, 45. And I would anticipate, and not just a wick, but a candle close, I would anticipate a possible pullback. Now, this one is still, could still be, because we talked about that inverse head and shoulders. This is, right? And we got to go back to the daily here. See, it loses that entirely. But if this is an inverse head and shoulders, which I don't know how the hell this stock is, I think they build this and then just short it right in people's faces. But if this is an inverse head and shoulders, then you need to find the bounce point. The bounce point would be 42.60. If you pull back into that area, which is 41.66, and also there's a gap there, remember gap. So gap fill 41.93. Bottom is $41, right? So if you make it into that box and you close a candle in it, I would say on the hourly time frame, you're more than likely going to pull back. Now you pull back too far and you invalidate any type of setup that this may have had. Now let me do something speculative here. That already happened. Did it extend? Let's see. Sneaky, sneaky. Oh shit. So if Roblox gives you the dumpy, right? Let me explain something really quickly. Do you guys see this uptrend? Do you guys see this giant ass wick right here, and then this giant ass rip to the upside? That sets a range, right? And a lot of the times sets you up. And I can see by the multiple 1, 2, 3, 4 candle closes off the same trend line that is possibly more than likely in trend. So either A, we go off of that body and we see a confluence here with $36, or B, we stay off that wick and we still don't push it past $36, but we know that they're possibly going to wick that down to 34.82. So if it doesn't go your way and you fall into this zone, watch for a short moving down. If you're longer expiration, right? Because we got to remember that's a huge factor. I skipped yours? No, I didn't. Where did I skip yours? I didn't skip yours. No, you're next. You're next. So anyway, that's Roblox SOLX. I'm trying to move through as fast as I can, guys, but I'm also trying to teach. Also trying to make sure that I don't do a half-ass job. There's a lot of people on this app, on TikTok, who are just telling people what the fuck they want to hear and just making up some fucking bullshit. Excuse my language, but just absolutely disgusting, in my opinion. Yo, I drew this way back in the day. That is a spicy meatball. Oh my God, could you imagine? Could you imagine $3? That's not possible. Let's go to the daily. Well, Semiconductor not looking very good. All right, let's zone it out. I remember when AMD had that exact same setup right there. All right, looks like that top ceiling is right there. Where is this sitting at? That's where it's sitting at. I'm going to go to the weekly. It's not enough. I can't see enough. I need to see more. Very good. I like that. I prefer it down on the candle closes. The candle closes have more confluence. So right there, that is 1335. You have closed or pushing that weekly candle into that area. I'd like to go ahead and we could extend this floor down, right? The floor is actually here. And so with that being said, this is now, if you close a weekly candle in here, uh, any lower than where you're at currently, so possibly into that $10 zone, which is the 75% mark, right? So right, come here, you little bastard. Right there. So you guys see right there, tons of price action sitting around that level. I'm actually going to cut it and move it back up. That is where this candle closes here. You open with a small gap down, and that's why you see that price correction there. So that's going to be 1150. So below 1150, we're just going to stick with the math. The math tells me that 1150 could give way. Obviously, on a longer play, you've got 1021 and you've got 875. But ultimately, if it stays in trend and this trend is correct, which I could double check, right? How do I double check? I could do this because I could be wrong. I could be wrong right now in front of God and everybody. You ready? Let's find out if I'm wrong in front of everybody. All right, that's not a good start. Oh, that's a spicy meatball. So check that out, right? So that's math. That's quick math. I'm double checking myself. So let me take a look here. So I'm going to go to that on the daily because this is not clean enough. I have to go to the daily. There it is. There it is. There it is. All right. All right. All right. All right. So again, right, got a little bit of a level here. This is going to be 1082. Thank you guys for the likes. What website am I using for the screen above? That is in the link to my bio. That is the heat map. How does 3x leverage? It makes it more stressful. If meta doesn't rebound back to 155, puts are going to print. Yeah, but don't hope on that. You're not my dad. Okay. Falling channel usually breaks up. Yes, eventually. Never average down on a losing position. Well, I mean, I do it, but I usually have a good reason, and I'll hedge myself if I do. But I'm also been doing this for a while. So if you, what do I say about Tesla? I know if you guys are sitting here on TikTok, again, YouTube is the best place to drop these requests. I'm gonna see them, and I'm getting with those first. So SOLX. Here's the deal. You've got a lower time frame channel right here. So let's go to the 4 hour. Remind me later, dude. All right, check this out. And where is our floor? So, bam, bam, bam. Okay, so you got a tough setup right here. So watch for, I see a confluence with the standard deviation. So I'm going to call 1081. So I'm going to say 1081, maybe a wick down. You could even wick down even further and then close a candle back up, but we're not going to do any predictions past that. But you did not retest that bottom. So currently, right, this, even though you slammed into support, you never closed a candle below it. Never, right? So this little box is going to be basically where you play 1395. Oh shit. Hold on one second, guys. Oh my God. Sorry. How the fuck did Netflix short? Wow, that's fucking crazy. I got 20,000 fucking views on that. All right, sorry. I just had TikTok die on me, so I had to go and resuscitate. All right, I had my second phone, so um, all right, let's keep moving it. Sorry about that, guys. I had a technical difficulty on that my side of things. SOLX. I'll go ahead and post this chart, tweet it. So if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, make sure to follow me. All right, there it is. Sorry, trying to do one thing, two more than one thing at once. Okay, so the next one that I saw is we had SOLX, Nvidia. So I actually have AMD puts. If anybody grabbed those with me, so this is relevant to that setup. So first off, right, we do have a divergence in the trend. The trend diverges from here to here. Then we go to the top, and it looks like usually you like to go from my swing high. It actually doesn't look like much of anything. Okay, so I actually have this one mapped out pretty well. So couple things that we can pay attention to tomorrow. Super duper key levels. Look, and there's a lot of fight on Nvidia going into here. So you guys best be careful. Obviously, Chinese exposure is a big topic right now, but also this is still a highly valuable stock that buyers would probably want a chunk of at these prices. But that being said, I see confluence with the bottom of this. So I still think 117.40 is possible for Nvidia. We've already broken into this zone. We're in the zone. That's it. Like that we're here. And unless we get back up above 148.30, I'm short. Now we could go for a retest and a 50% of that gap fill. And that could come right from, and I don't know why we just did that, that could come from this downtrend pop. And of course, I don't really have, other than our swing high, which is here, I don't really have any like super solid trend on the lower time frame that I see, anything abiding by. Um, Let me go down to the 4. And we're on extended hours. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with what I got here because I think that we either hit 120. So 120, if we gap down 120, that's the bounce. If we don't gap down, or if we gap down and hold, maybe gap fill and then flush, then maybe we see a little bit lower. But ultimately, I would say 120 on Nvidia. This is pretty solid levels, solid levels. So that's what you can rely on tomorrow. It's too small to see. Are you in Team Bull Trading Discord? No, that is the most absolutely worst thing that anybody could do for their future career is be a part of that. And I would say it to that guy's face. Those guys are, in my opinion, slime balls. And I'll say it loud and proud. So, um, I've seen what they do. They also have some lawsuits against them that they sure don't want to talk about. Um, but we'll leave that for the birds. They're bad guys. They seem like good, nice guys, but that's how bad guys are. Okay, so I'm gonna open my eyes to one more thing here. So it looks like that our bottom trend line for Nvidia is down around that area. So it could be, that we see, but again, I would just be mostly concerned with 147 and 152.75. If you want 152.75, and there's a good possibility that you see a leg up and settlement into this zone above you. So, Amazon. Remember, if you guys are in the Discord, you guys are more than welcome to wake up early with me, and we can chart if you have questions. Because remember, it's going to be more relevant if we do it in the morning. Okay, so I think I talked about this. Now, oof, man, that is room. That is room for stress. Hold on a second. Let's get rid of all this. We'll open it back up here in a minute. Okay, so I got a bottom trend, that's for sure. And we're going to go off of that bounce here. So I have a bottom trend, and that rejection could have just made our new trend. So here's what's going to happen. For Netflix, or excuse me, for Amazon, right? And right now, what you need to be concerned about is above you, right? Above where sellers are currently or more than likely positioned, right? So this is just focused on the mechanics. So right here, you see candle closes, that's 130.75. You see candle closes above that at 132, right? We also see that if we move that down, you see the wicks, right? See the bounces right there? So this is the zone that you want to avoid. If my analysis is right and we break, because just because we're at trend doesn't mean we break, right? That is not how this works. So if we are currently, and I'm still debating on whether we are, but if we are currently uh, gonna break trend and fall into this channel, my target, and this is a great target, right? This is where my heart starts thumping when I see confluences like this, right? Do you guys see this target right here? Do you see this mark? Right? We could bring this up just a little bit. By the way, TikTok, unfortunately, I cannot see any of your comments right now because my phone is, oh, it's live now, but it's 7% charged. So I cannot currently see your guys' comments. But if you have, if you are on YouTube, let me know. So, or ask whatever you want. So anyway, above, and Tesla's got a couple levels, but realistically, a candle close above 134, and you could potentially look at a squeeze up or a gap fill. And also, right, we could spend the rest of the week in this. We could just chop. You could reverse back up to the upside. You could go hit 135. You could pull right back down to 130. capture the bulls, the bears. Quad witching is coming at the end of the week. FOMC is coming next week. Data all the way to quad witching. So this could be an area. This was the move for the week. This could be the area in which you consolidate. So I would say danger zone is 130, 135, and 132. Yeah, in the Discord, if you guys are interested, I just checked. It does look like we have people, I've actually DM'd a couple people over the last week telling them that it probably wasn't a good fit at the moment for our group. I do pay attention to, certain people for the most part, and a couple of these people just need more time not paying for anything and more time learning from the resources that are available. But there is a trial available on our website, 7 days. If you're hearing me and you're hearing this message, please, for the love of everything that is just nice bunny rabbits, please save your key. Okay, save that key, and then you can manage your membership and cancel before you get charged, because refunds cost me money, and that's we don't like that. Right. So one thing you guys are, I'm well, I think I very rarely seldomly say it, but I try not to utter things like it's going to dump hard, or like if it does this, it has to. It's all about volume. You could break or retest 155 and consolidate there for a week, and then what sense of direction do you have there? Um, and it could be equally painful to the up or the downside, just because you consolidate there. So it's not like I have to react to, and of course I'm a day trader, so but I'm looking for the same thing. I'm looking for a retest and a rejection. So guys, underneath us, take a look right here. This is 124.85. This is 126.19. So a drop below these levels. Obviously 123.90s are low, but I would suspect 120 for Amazon if we do make a new low. If not, watch for consolidation. So, um, oh, cool. I can watch my live now on. Okay, I see your guys' comments now on you on TikTok. Also, probably do with a little bit of tilt here. John, that is not a question that if anybody ever answered for you, they're a scammer. So if you have $1,000, how long would it take you to turn it into 100K? That is everything to do with you, dude. Everything to do with your work ethic, with how you operate as a human, your psychology, all of that good stuff. So, yeah, I wouldn't. Let me say this about Amazon. If this doesn't break out, if this, excuse me, if this doesn't break down and you end up crushing or bouncing off of 125 or 129.42, listen, they will push this right back up to retest. And considering that this bear flag could go up another leg, you could end up going and retesting all the way up at highs at 154. It's not over yet. So don't get all your eggs in one basket here. Sadisi, yes, I do. Yeah, you could turn it to make a tongue-in-cheek comment. That's okay. Get it out of your system. Why is that? That's a little tilted there. All right, let's keep it moving, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys are on TikTok, please be sure to, if you guys don't mind, tap your screen. Hey, look, I can send myself stuff. Wow, that's interesting. All right. Oops. So next one on the list is Tesla. How did I skip over? Oh, I did Roblox because it was twice on the chart. So we've got Netflix pretty much penned, or whatever you want to call it. So it did break a lower time frame uptrend. We've already gone over this chart. We're going to be trading it tomorrow, so be sure to join us if you're interested. Um, so, so I do think that there is a possible new low for Tesla. I do see a bottom trend right here that I've been kind of talking about here. And this bottom trend, due to the wedge that I've been speculating on, I think that price action could end up being really, really choppy, possibly to the downside for Tesla. Let me bring that back up. But ultimately, seeing a bounce down here, maybe even a gap down, gap fill, and you could retest this 293. But anywhere above 295.55, that is upside movement candle close. So right now I'm predicting or projecting a move down to 284.77 for Tesla. So it may just take some time. So thank you guys for the likes on YouTube. Thank you guys on TikTok. I do live in Savannah. Yes. Don't murder me. No, no, I forget you can't say this all the time. Anyway, so 290.82, gap to fill. So more than likely either a gap down below that gap or a gap down to 287. If we gap down to 287, you bet your ass I'm going to go ahead and gap fill that. Probably going to go ahead and take it to 293.15, and I'll probably just get out of that scalp trade if we end up bouncing. But it ultimately would be if we open up and cross the 200 that is above us. So that's Tesla right now. We'll go ahead and we'll figure it out tomorrow when it opens up. So I have a short placed on AMD, which again, I told you guys it could turn red. So if you had any profits today, if I'm not mistaken, let's go and double check. So let me really quickly see. I don't look at my contracts, guys. I don't stare at my brokerage. If you're somebody who looks at your brokerage at night, and looks at your gains and gets all giddy about it, you're teasing yourself. You're setting yourself up for failure. You have to be emotionless a little bit with the self-rewarding and then move on. So we got the December 16th $60 puts for 296, so 200 and or excuse me, $196. And then we currently are sitting at 220, 232, 228, so right in that 230 mark. So a little bit of gain there on the $60 put. This one I just am looking at the daily and the weekly, and I told you guys today that I'm more than likely was going to start buying into AMD short, looking for a gap fill. Right now, the trajectory for AMD, and this is mathematical as well, right? We've talked about the deviation. Oops, that's not the deviation. I guess right there we get a little bit of craziness. Hold on 1 second. We're not going to leave that price action out. That price action stays. Okay, that price action is valid right there. I just have to double check myself. So shit, I mean, that's a fucking super new low, but I'm not saying that that's where we could go. But right now, the only saving grace that you may have, right, is this. So we have a divergence in that trend, right, which just is usually some type of, and this is well, as far as hedge funds are concerned, is a well-controlled stock. We've heard Top Shelf talk about that, but I would suspect that AMD has obviously 7190 in mind as a new low, if or excuse me, 7280 as a new low. That is possibly where we could even see a gap down. If you gap down, I would imagine, because really, if you look at AMD, I mean, you got a possibility for a double bottom here, right? Apex right there, but you could start building back up and you could go and retest 8640 and start moving up and out of that channel. So AMD right now, on the higher time frames, is looking like it will go and hit support. And I like the confluence. So again, I'm always looking for confluences, and I only use things that show me them, right? So that I can find confluences on them. So right here, we see that standard deviation is just barely right there. And we know that if we go and hit support, a lot of people will buy support. And that's when you see market makers drive that price down just a little bit lower, just below 60, I would say 69.75, maybe just a little bit lower, but ultimately possibly closing back up on 71.44. But you did close as far as where you're at now, right? You did close below your box, which makes me think that we will gap down. I think that we could see a gap down to 75.73, 75.50, and or 74.30. So the range for tomorrow is set. Oh, motherfucking shit. The link is in my bio for everything that you guys see before you. TradingView is the site. Why AMD over others? Just because it had a better gap. Listen, let me explain this, right? Let me explain. That's why we moved here. New subs for you, bro. Amazing TA. Definitely sharing with friends. Crypto Nightcrawler, dude, you're amazing, man. I really appreciate that a lot. I really do. I'm trying to grow the YouTube a little bit more, and start making more content that I'm watching. We thought about changing the name too, but um, Wumble logic, I can't really speak on whether that makes sense. I don't know where your entry is. It would have to. I would have to know, exactly what it is. That's just kind of how that goes. So I like to make sure that I speculatively look for things here. I do see a downtrend. Do you guys see the double bounce here? Bounce, bounce. That tells me that there's some sort of trend line there. And then we've got a bottom there. Oh, ooh. All right. Well, we'll keep that up just in case. Just in case AMD wants to act froggy and leap. Uh, so let me explain what I mean by that, right? So if you're at night, um, or after hours, looking at your gains, you're writing. This is just the facts, all right? You either accept it or you don't. Um, if you win, you win. You celebrate. You move on. You lose. You take your loss. You sulk or whatever you got to do to get through it, and you get back to it. You let it go. That is the operation that you if robots are what perform better, right? Then if we need to be robotic in our system, then that is what we would need to be striving for. Um, is it kind of a buzzkill? Yes. But do does anybody building anything celebrate every single win? Because it takes energy to do that too. And when you are riding on euphoria, what is the first thing that's going to happen when you lose money? You're going to be fucking bummed. You're going to be pissed. You're going to feel a lot. And when you feel a lot, you make a lot of dumb decisions. And so, in order to avoid those dumb decisions, we don't stare at our contracts. We don't focus on those type of things. We focus on just, again, execution, um, and trying to replicate what works as if you're a scientist or a fucking an engineer, right? You're trying to break down how this thing works, and if you have to, like, again, it's like almost like a disassociation. You kind of got to let it go. So Wumba logic, I think you're confusing emotions with intuition, right? There is intuition that comes from time in the market, and there's this instincts, right? Rather than feeling extremely happy and excited because of yesterday's gains and being blinded, right, to today's price action because of it. So PPT, yeah, PPI is tomorrow. So shop, this is the next one that I have. Looks like I already have this one charted too. Can I get a, oh my gosh. So man, this is money, dude. So we're gonna measure from the top of the consolidation. I just want to see because I don't think this is totally 50%, but that's pretty damn close. That's I think it's $636. Yeah, hell yeah. So what we like to do with our rising or with our wedges, right, is we like to, and this thing's a little jacked up actually, now that I look at it. But what we like to do is find our support, find it nice and clean, super crisp, looking good. We get that 50% reversal. What does that lead to? Channel time. Channel time, right? Now, shop still carries that kind of curl here, and you're definitely going to see some fight with 3237. But if you guys don't believe me there, right, you guys can possibly trust math. After what it did to me in high school, I don't know if I would, but, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but we're gonna find out here shortly. I'm not wrong. I'm right. Sounds kind of like a dick when I say it like that. Cleaning it up. That is money, dude. Put it on a cracker. Right there. We do get a wick right there, so I'm gonna leave that be. We can clean that up a little bit more if we want to. And if we wanted to clean that up, we would need to actually settle that down. So it would be right there. Right there. Perfect. Okay. Dang. Dang. Yes, this is all on YouTube. All on YouTube. Please. Um, if you guys are on TikTok, remember you can always go to YouTube and support the YouTube channel. It helps me continue to do this stuff. But are definitely encouraging trying to build the YouTube channel, but it also is just the best place for communicating with anybody who's really trying to learn. So it's a mutually beneficial symbiotic relationship by just subscribing and using your eyeballs. Um, so Shopify, we're in the zone, right? Here we go. Now we need to find that 50% mark. Ooh, there it is. Look at that. That's 33.48, 33.50. Ooh, look at that. So candle close above 33.50. You can probably go ahead and 75%. That's $34. Top is 34.35. Okay. Well, let me take that back. I'm sorry. Top, I was wrong. That is 32.71, I believe. What I'm looking at here, guys, is candle closes, and I see more candle closes on 33.35. So I'm going to stick with that. But what you can see is if you ended up traveling, or flagging out of this or something, you could even go and retest that and stay in that zone. But and you could curl up, right? You could end up look right here. You get a fat move down and you curl. So if you get that curl, watch for that break above 33.50. A break to the downside for Shopify, right? Same thing here. Look at that. Boink, 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 boink. That is $31.85. I imagine the floor there is going to be more or less at 31.60. So a candle closed below 31.60 would probably have me aiming down another level. And this is easy as pie, guys, because this is just step by step by step. pay attention to the volume, pay attention to the price action, pay attention to where those candles close, right? Because if a candle doesn't close at underneath or at a new low, in regards to the trend, then you're not going to continue to move down, right? If Shopify would have opened up and bounced off of 34 and never broke it, you would have seen it chop up in here, right? If it didn't have the juice to move down any lower. So interesting. I don't know what the hell that is, but that could be a thing. And that would still have a confluence at 31.63. I'm jumping around right now, trying to catch everybody. It looks like we're going to be able to catch this one as well. I think we could. This one might be in trend. So, ooh, dang! I love a good example here. Bam. Well, I guess there was a bit of a wedge right there, right? But it's no longer a wedge, and I want to find out. Right, so watch how I do this, guys. So there's one, right? Now what happened? What about this, dude? Right? Check this out, right? Math. Clone. What the hell is even that? Right? Oh my god, that is and this is the shit that just I fucking love. I love technicals for this reason. Look at that. Hey, look at that flag sitting on top of that deviation channel. Look at the build underneath that deviation channel, right? Look at the break trend. So if you don't know where to aim when you are breaking out of a channel or breaking down out of a channel, there you go. Screen is so much clearer. That is a regression tool, yes. It might be your guys' internet. Make sure you're checking at 1080p, but maybe an ad will help. All right. Yeah, guys, I literally okay, there is nobody on this earth who yes, sometimes I call closing prices or call dumps before they happen. It happens, but you know how I do that? By not trying to do that, by just looking at the price action and looking at the story that it's telling me. So right now, I say Bank of America back down to 33.20. Look at the damn confluences on these key levels. Y'all, look. Ooh. Dang it. Yo, this is just ridiculous. Look at that. Okay, so now I know a technical analysis gets me a little bit too hyped up, but this is just the shit. Does anybody want to guess where Bank of America is at? Anybody want to guess? Right? It's like maybe the 50% mark. Look at that. That's 33, that's $34. So, right? Perfect. Now, what do you have? Extend your channels, right? A little bit. Give yourself a little more play. Let's try. Oh shit! Go back. So what we can do, right? We got to be careful. So check this out, right? And we got this. We got this well mapped out. If you drop down tomorrow, right? If you just drop like a rock, 33.28, 33.28, and looks like you bounced off of. You also have to get 33.82, which is that level above you. But that 50% mark is where you closed. So ultimately, it would be a candle close in that wick. I'd like to make a new low, just me in particular. So we can go to the 15-minute, and we can see that price was under control for the most part as of the end of the day, right there, and right here. So that looks like a solid channel. Gap down. Watch it gap down to 33.61. 33.61 bounce, gap fill again. You could break trend. If you break trend, watch for a retest of 34.32 and 34.47. If you break above that, you're going to move back up to the upside, probably 34.83. If you break down and you keep, you should be led right into this channel. So watch for a gap down, a slow choppy bleed up, and then one final dump. Why is charting such a turn on? Oh my God, you made me say that out loud. I don't know, bro, but whatever you're doing right now, I'm gonna have to ask you to put your hands by your sides. If you look back at your losses and your mistakes and all that other good stuff, yes, that's fine. If you're proud of your wins, guys, I can't tell you how I've been talking about it, and I'm my inner monologue is like, dude, shut up, because like gloating doesn't get anybody anywhere, right? And I pride myself on what I do, and I think I'm pretty fucking good at it, but I also, don't want to get wrapped up in my own self-image or my own fucking getting all amped up because of some shit, but at the end of the day it distracts me from the next trade. So I have to focus, on what's most important, in front of me. So why does this chart do this? I gotta clean this up again. It's so dumb. Anyway, yeah, so like that kind of trade right there, I'm proud of it. I saw the trend before it happened, and I was able to make a trade on it before anything happened. So AGRX. How did I skip that one? Good heavens. All right, my guy, my G, my friend. You're gonna need a friend, but trading this stock. Um, okay, so anybody who charts a trend line off of this is a full-on dingus, but that could be a megaphone pattern. Right now, the daily is just a straight bloodbath, which, obviously, at some point you got to bounce. This is an incredibly low, low, low volume stock. Probably a low float, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure what it's at, but I, first of all, really don't want to say too much. I try not to offer like my hand on things like this because unfortunately, the truth of the matter, and holy shit, that thing is dumped so hard. The truth of it is there's just nobody here. There's just no volume. So you get volume and they do so I would just be watching news, but the only level above you is 50 cents. That's it. This is just rough. Actually, hold on one second. Let me do something. Oh my God. I just like to look, see how that kid's doing. I was gonna send him this the other day and be like, "Hey man, I think I see a falling wedge," but I didn't want to. He would probably just be like, "I also bought another 10,000 shares of this stock." Oh my God, I keep in that. Listen, if you're on TikTok, go hit the link in my bio and go watch Bank of America, please. Time wise, I gotta keep moving here a little bit, so it is all recorded. You can go and watch it. When I came down. Ooh. Hot dog water. Hot dog water. Let me see something here. That's fucking pretty fucking good. Let's see. Okay, so here's what I see. I see the possibility for a squeeze out, right? You got a lot of pushback against you right here. Anywhere, and it's pretty obvious, right? So to just not put this in here, right? We're gonna do this, and we're gonna go down to the daily. There you go. Uptrend, broken. Currently kind of giving off a head and shoulders vibe, at least on the hourly, which would give you a trip back down to support at 30.50. And that would be a candle. You can't see a candle. Hold on one second. So that would actually be a candle close below 34.84. So that neckline there. But truthfully, you could leg into something if you did see a rejection follow through tomorrow. But that looks rather interesting, I have to say. I still have Oracle. Those contracts got fucking ripped to shreds, as suspected. So take a look at Oracle, guys. This one wicked up and hit downtrend today. Unfortunately, closing with that crazy ass candle here to the downside. So you almost gave up, or almost made it up for an inverse head and shoulders. If you can make it above basically $80, but right here at 79.90 and $80, then I would say that you've got a trip up to 83. If you continue to pull back and you see a move, it is really simple here, folks. A candle close below 73.50 on the daily would have you into this area here, and you probably will continue to fall. That is all. One thing I do see, hold on one second, right? I'm not 1,000% sure, but I think I see it. I think I see it. I think I see it. Spicy meatballs. Look at that. Look at that. Look at it. All right. Now, I like that, but I also want to clone it. And, oh my God. It's just stupid. It's just stupid, guys. I do see that there could be maybe a little bit of cleanup there, but no, you're good. You're good. You respect it all the way down. That's incredible. So there you go. Oracle, if you fall into this area below you, you got a long ways down to like $50. If you can move up and out of this inverse head and shoulders, I'll give it the $88, maybe a little bit lower at 86, 86 to $85 range. Is where I could see Oracle. So XLC was missed. Oh shit, my bad, dude. Communications. Oh god. Looks like they're losing communications here. All right, so we're gonna have to do the same thing on the higher time frame. Start from our highs, move to our lows, find our support. There's our support. I don't like that. I don't like that. Perfect. Okay. Well, communications, back in your down channel, currently sitting at support, and your bottom trend. I mean, and this one's, I'm not gonna lie, this one's a bit of a stretch, and it would be a little bit difficult to do so, but the floor, I don't see that as that hard to do, but currently, I would say 51.55 and $50.83 are two targets to the downside. On a lower time frame, we'll go look at the hourly. By the way, there's a lower time frame standard deviation channel that I could draw right there, right? Because trend doesn't just happen on the higher time frame. It also happens on the lower time frame. I know you guys are like, what the fuck? There you go. Take a look at that. I know it's nuts, but you can use these anywhere. As long as there's trend, you can use them. So yep, 51.71. If you end up getting a retest first or any break above 54.20, that would invalidate things. But if you just simply retested 53.50, then you could possibly go and make a new low at 51.50 or 51.34. So, all right, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night, guys. Are you broke percentage? Am I broke? Do you have a life? Did we get some salty people here? Yes. I have a life. I have children. Uh, we constantly are living our lives together. Yeah. It's not a terrible way to live. Am I broke? I love that. What do I feel like the best short this week is? Sitting on cash. All right. Well, hope everybody learned. If you guys are trying to get the trial, you guys know where the deal. It's on the simple. I have to close that tonight, though. I think when I just looked at it, we had 4 spots left. I'm gonna recheck really quickly, actually, before I hop off live, and I'll tell you guys whether we have any more spots here. Remember, save your key and cancel anytime you want if you feel like you're not ready or if you feel like we're not going to be any use to you. But be sure to ask questions, be vocal, because otherwise I can't help. Yeah, we got 2 spots, so wherever they go, we'll see what happens. But otherwise, guys, doesn't really matter. You guys just make sure that if you're going to be up with me tomorrow morning, I'll see you guys probably around just either 8 o'clock flat or hopefully just a little bit earlier if you guys are in the Discord. So, but otherwise, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful night and catch you guys tomorrow.